Vulo ke lapho sidibana ngalesi sikhathi sinengxoxo ethilethe yi-BVTA Bulawayo Vendors and Traders Association mesilabo ngolesine sikhuluma kabanzi right nge-application yabo. So today I'm going to be talking to three ZRBF Sizimele application ambassadors. But just a quick recap, just in case you missed the conversation of Leo. Sizimele Consortium has developed an application which has been tested in both urban and rural communities, targeting producers, farmers, and buyers. The application aims at creating market linkages between buyers and sellers, enabling ease of transactions at the comfort of people's homes, especially during the COVID-19 era, where traveling has been minimized to keep the spread of the pandemic. So today, we have the Sizimele market application ambassadors who have been rolling out the application, sharing it with vendors and informal traders. So joining me first online, Mthokozisi Mabhena. Mthokozisi, welcome to Skyz Metro FM.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. It's good to have you and Skyz. So as one of the Sizimele application ambassadors, tell us more about the application.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. First of all, I would like to clarify that this is not a multi-vendor e-commerce platform. What do you mean by that?
Okay.
Most applications that are out there that are linking market and stuff, they are multi-vendor. They are just e-commerce platforms where people transact. Someone just posts their product and someone buys. But this Sizimele application is more than that. It is about linking the value chain throughout. And so it has three principles. Number one, we seek to link value chain of food markets. Secondly, we seek to create safe markets. And thirdly, we seek to create digital market spaces, especially in the light of the new changes of the world. So I'd like to talk about what are value chain linkages. So let's think about how you get your food on the table. So your food on the table starts with a farmer who buys seed and transports it to their farm, and then they grow the seed, and then they take the produce and give it to a trader. The trader will sell it to a vendor, and the vendor will sell it to a buyer. And you are the buyer at the end of the day. You get the value chain process of it all. So what Sizimele application seeks to do is to seek to link all these players that are in the value chain so that they can get to have a seamless process between the buying of the rural farmer and the urban markets. For example, in this instance, most of rural farmers do not have direct linkages to urban markets. They just grow their food and expect that they'll find buyers by miracle or something like that. So what we're seeking to do is to seek to eliminate that risk of not finding buyers by creating a platform where they already have buyers within the urban market and also within the other markets. So this is what we do. So why are we doing that? So we are doing that to create safe markets. Most of the time, most projects that we have seen been doing, people want to create safe markets in urban areas where you want to create a safe market for vendors in Bulawayo. But what about the farmer that is in the rural areas? If the farmer in rural areas gets COVID-19, it means that there is no food that is going to come to Bulawayo. Or if a vendor in Bulawayo gets COVID-19, it means there is no market that a farmer can send the food to. So what we are trying to do is, if we have a digital space, we eliminate that risk of contracting COVID-19 by inoculating the whole value chain from COVID-19, therefore creating safe spaces. And lastly, we spoke about digital spaces where, because we now cannot physically transact due to World Health Organization restrictions, we create these safe markets by having a digital market space. Thanks.
All right. Thank you so much, Mthokozisi. That is real convenience, right? It's on your fingertips, if I may say. So during the application rollout sessions, how was the uptake of the target audience?
So I think the way we approached the rollout was at a strategic level. So what we did is we wanted to have a pyramid level of a rollout. First of all, we approached stakeholders at high strategic level, such as government, because government is also working hard in terms of creating safer food market chains, and to create and target stakeholders such as extension officers, agri-tech extension officers, then go to farmers, and then later to buyers. So what we have done is we have the rollout sessions, especially at strategic level, at government level, or at extension officers level, has been very high. So why is that important? It is important so that the government will create then a conducive environment so that the farmers can then have an uptake. Secondly, we have done trainings and we have done a rollout, especially to farmers themselves in specific areas that we are going to touch about. And then the uptake in those areas has been very high. You would think that maybe someone is in rural areas, they are not interested in these things, but you find out that most people understand the need of creating linkages within the value chain and creating safe markets. And lastly, the buyers themselves, this is where we are right now, to conscientize people that there's an application out there where you can find produce. Therefore, you should, now this is the rollout to buyers. And I hope buyers will have a good uptake too.
Okay. Which areas have you visited and trained?
So the team including Bridget, Tracy, I myself, we have visited in 4 areas. Number one, because Sizimele consortium works in 4 areas, that is in Blawayo, Lupane, Matobo, in Caesar. In Blawayo, we have visited almost all Blawayo 10 markets. In Lupane, we've gone as far as Jocholo, trying to have this rollout to farmers. In Matobo, we've gone to almost every area like such as St. Yetsen, St. Joseph's, Kezi, and in Caesar, we've gone as far as Lalachani irrigation scheme. So we've tried to distribute into all the districts that we work in.
Is the application accessible offline?
Yeah, as Blessing and Shadrach last week explained, it has 30% offline functionality, such as if you can upload a product, you can have a pending transaction and things like that. You can see a seller's list, but we are increasing. We have progressive increase in offline functionalities that we are going to roll out as we develop the application.
All right. How frequent does the application require updating?
Minor updates can happen as they appear, but mostly major updates we can have version 1, version 2, when and as when required. So this might be maybe in 3 months or in 6 months, depending on the required update. So it is stable at the moment.
All right. Thank you so much, Mthokozisi Mabhena. We're going to turn it off right now. But yeah, thank you for sharing your knowledge with us.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.